to do something real quick. Talk about Chadwick Boseman. I mean, I just feel like 2020 is trying to not only break the world but break the black community. You know, yeah, he played roles. Yeah, he was an actor, but for some of us, the things in the roles that he played meant more. I mean, we could talk about Jackie Robinson. We could talk about him playing James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Norman in the Five Bloods, and it's something to say that a lot of people in future generations are going to show these movies to their kids as kind of the story of as our stories, and he's going to be the guy that played the roles to tell our stories. But more importantly, I want to take a moment to shout out Ryan Coogler, but also him as the Black Panther or T'Challa. Um, this is probably one of the first movies where we see black people as kings and queens dominantly. It's one of the first movies where we see a, a Disney princess, because at the end of the day, series of princess, and Marvel's run by Disney. She's a Disney princess that's a scientific genius, and seeing that black love, that black respect, um, seeing for a brief moment for the 2 hours that we're in that cinema, a world in a country where everything around them is black and everything is owned black and everybody's prospering in that blackness. Those are images that a lot of American blacks we can't even conceive of. We can't even rationalize a situation where we're living in an area where the school systems are all black, the banking is all black, just the stores are all black, your grocery stores are all black. A lot of our grandparents and great grandparents they lived in an era where that was true to a lot of degrees. I haven't seen it in my area yet, where black people own everything around them as well as the land. So a certain amount of empowerment you get from taking in that movie, or even just the fact that they hint at the 12 tribes when you take in that movie, and they hint about speaking to your ancestors. It's just something that's hugely a part of Black African culture that we've eliminated from our culture because we've taken in completely Americanized culture. But speaking to your ancestors and having your ancestors help pave the way, and feeling like you have somebody protecting you from, that protected you when you were alive and when they were alive. And I know that isn't completely all up to, Chadwick Boseman. I know, like I said, Ryan Coogler, great job in that movie. But the point I wanted to show is that in his 43 years, he led a life where I think he was very conscious of his image and what his image would feel and be like or be shown on screen. I remember hearing a story about Denzel Washington when he did a movie with Julia Roberts, and it was a scene where they were supposed to kiss, and Denzel cut the scene out. He said, "No, we're not going to do that." And when they asked him why, he basically said he couldn't alienate his black audience, especially the black women that support him, showing him kissing a white woman. Now, regardless how you feel about interracial stuff, but that is a huge topical thought process. But the better question or the better situation is that Denzel thought that much of his image to his people that he felt that he didn't want to betray that image to his people. He wanted to show in most of Denzel's movies, I think pretty much all of them, you can see that love between him and mostly is usually black women of color. Um, so when we go to that Chadwick Boseman thing, I think he intentionally took these roles because we joke about, oh, well, Bowman played all the black people in all the black movies of all time. I think he sought out those roles. I think he chose those roles because he wanted to make sure that he put perfection into those roles. So when those roles are revisited, you see and you get the feeling, the essence of everything of the characters he portrayed, for better or for worse. So, I mean, I just want to salute the young man. I mean, 43 years young, rest in power. It's a sad, sad day, but at the end of the day, I mean, his influence and what he gave to us as a people and us as a culture, um, it's just going to speak volumes going from this, going for the rest of movie echelon history. So just, man, it's tough out here, man. Everybody be safe. Take care of yourselves, man. We out.